Guys, congratulations on the show.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
What's it like for you guys to step into a Guy Ritchie world?
I mean, it's always quite intimidating when it's a director that you've heard of but never worked with before. And I didn't quite know what to expect. I kept sort of asking people what it would be like who'd work with him. And they were all kind of like, it's unique. You kind of have to just experience it. And it definitely is. He's got a very specific style that's really different to anyone that I've ever worked with. And at first, that can feel a bit jarring. You feel like it's day one of school and you don't know what's going on. And then you kind of let yourself be taken by it and you inhabit this kind of larger than life world. And there are moments where you think, does this work? This is breaking all the rules. And then you watch it and you go, wow, that's why he does what he does, because he understands how to put those pieces together and to have a finished product that is what he always envisioned from the beginning, and maybe you just didn't see it yet.
Ray, you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Why do you think Guy has endured for years?
You know what? I was thinking about it then when you was talking to Claire, but you know, it's when he started off with Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, and you look at the actors that were in that, the Stevie Grahams and all that, you know, who've actors that worked with him in the early days who have gone on to do other things and do some really good stuff. And then you look after the actors that are already kind of made it, you know, and who wanted to work with him. Yeah. You know, and that kind of says it on its own in a way, because the respect from people who know how good someone is that want to come and work with him, you know. For me, it was, I've watched his stuff over the years, and like you know, I've seen the progression of, and how he's got better and better, and that's natural, that's only natural. And watching it in a heightened sort of way, the way a filmmaker wouldn't necessarily do it in his own style. He's never been put off of doing it in his own style. And that's to be applauded. And it's films that you can watch and then watch again tomorrow. You know, not a lot of films you can do that. Yeah, you watched it, and I've had enough of that. I enjoyed it, it was great. And I'm maybe watch it 2 years down the line. But with his stuff, you can kind of pick it up and watch it again tomorrow, you know, and enjoy it and see something different in it. So, not that I was thinking that when The Gentleman come up, because it didn't really occur to me until that moment, you know. But for me, meeting him, and then for me actually performing in something that I probably wouldn't necessarily think about, because I do straight kind of drama stuff, which can be boring, you know. And so it was great for me just to go into another genre, and that's how I look at it. Yeah. And you have to believe that world, you know. Really, a barbecue. Geezer's having a barbecue in the Nick, you know, done up in his best with his mates and drinking brandy, and he's got his own chef. Yeah, I've seen that in American movies, you know, the Italians cooking, hey, mama's pasta and all that, you know, lovely, but it ain't a barbecue. So once you come to terms with that and you buy into that, you're going to have a ball.
Yeah.
You know?
I spent most of the watching the episodes writing down a lot of the dialogue. And Kaya, for you, there's two lines that I just absolutely wet myself. When you read them, 100% of F4 is still F4. And then the poultry line.
Yes.
Yeah. What was it like performing those? Because I know Guy's written it and he has a very specific kind of rhythm to how he wants it performed. How was that for
I mean,
you?
those were both on the day, out of nowhere, had no clue was going to be saying them, had to figure out on the spot. But I think I kind of understood Guy's rhythm quite early on, and he liked that. He knew that I got what he meant, and he was able to kind of direct me. He could throw the lines at me, and I could have a mild panic attack and then figure out how to do it quite quickly. And yeah, I mean, they're fun. You kind of have to suspend disbelief and go with it and just lean into that absurdness and that larger than lifeness, because it is a heightened universe that he builds. And like Ray's saying, you can actually have fun with that. It can be exhausting just playing things straight all the time.
Quite free, isn't it? It's free.
It's very freeing, yeah, but scary at first, but then once you... Yeah. And then you watch it back and you go, yeah, 100% of fuck all's fuck all. It's great. It's a great line.
Very quickly, as a very quick final question, I've asked everyone their tea of choice. How do you have your tea? There's so much tea. You don't drink tea?
I've never had a cup of tea in my life.
The tea budget on this show must be extraordinary.
No.
Yeah.
Just never.
At the moment, I've got a bit of a dairy thing going on. Right. So I have my tea straight now with one sugar. But when I did have milk, I always put the tea in first, just a little drop of milk.
Is it the builder's tea? That seems to be the
Absolutely,
prevailing.
a builder's cup of tea. Got to have it, yeah. Got to be strong. You've got to taste the tea. Why? Or have a glass of milk.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah. Absolutely. Guys, I wish you all the best for the show. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys.
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys!